And tidy edited down video, but I have ways for you to make it faster. You can click that little gear on the YouTube settings right there on the video and adjust the playback speed, make me sound like a chipmunk, and it'll go a lot faster. You can also look and see if there's timestamps for this project in the description, and if you're on a desktop you can hover over the time bar at the bottom of the screen and see if it's chunked up into chapters, and then that way you can go directly to the step you're looking for. And lastly, you can also tap on the screen on the right hand side of the video picture or on the left hand side to make the video jump ahead, forward or backward if you're on a mobile device. And you can adjust that amount in your settings so you can have complete control over how much it jumps. So if you are on a desktop, you can use the fast forward or the rewind, and that will make it go faster as well. You can also enable subtitles, and the little CC on the screen will enable closed captioning. That way, if I am a little bit harder to understand with that double playback speed, the subtitles might help you out. All right, well, I know that it's not a nice little edited video, but if you sew with me, we'll get there together and it'll be lots of fun. And now for the live stream. Happy sewing! Hello. Yes, we're at the pattern table, but don't worry, nothing's wrong. Hi, Fiona. Hi, Jan. Nice to see you. Hi, Julie. Hi, Aisha. Hi, Amy. Hi, Terry. Happy Saturday. I feel like everyone's either out in the garden doing something Eastery or hunkering down because of weather. Hi, Delwyn. Nice, Aisha. It's done. That's awesome. That's so exciting. You get to move into your new cutting table. Will it be in the middle of the room? Can you do that? I love it when it's in the middle of the room and you can walk all the way around. Or at least like the one short end against the wall, and then you can walk around like the two long sides and one short end. I like that too. Hey, Amy. All right, so the dress did not relax much. Like it didn't, because when you make something on the bias, usually you let it like hang before you finish it, because it will like stretch. And usually when I've made a bias cut dress, but it wasn't a set-in sleeve, admittedly, it still had really, like, this is sleeveless. I feel like this should have stretched more. Maybe it's the fabric. I will usually have to take 1.5 inches total off the shoulders. Like it's kind of a dirty change. It's a lot. But maybe because this is blousing, you know, like I untied it on my dress form and let it hang like freely, and I even tugged it a little because I wanted to make sure. But when I compared it to the pattern piece, it's only 1/8 of an inch different, which could be cutting, sewing, you know. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. The good news is I have a sleeve going into the armhole, and I have a collar going on the neckline, and the sleeve will give some stability to the armhole, so that'll help, you know. And I think like worst case scenario, I always like giving myself backup plans. Worst case scenario, like say 2 months from now, the dress is just like gotten way too long. I can take off the casing and shorten it at the waist, and hopefully not mess my pocket placement up too much. But I did have to sew down to create my opening, so I still have a little room there. So there's some really good and easy fixes. So that's my plan. So why I'm here at the pattern table today is I was able to trim a lot off the hem. It was too long. And I have this idea, which is kind of ambitious because of the scraps I have, of doing a bias hem on the right sides. This is my dress right here. My one sad thing about this dress is there's not much green except for the casing. So, and the collar is this color. But this is my idea. I am thinking, what if I did a bias hem that was the kind of the opposite direction, like this? What do you think of that? I love this idea. So this is the piece I cut off, and it's not going to work because obviously I'm losing some here. This is the side seam, so it'll work for part of it. I'll have to piece this together, but wouldn't that be kind of cool on the hem? I love this idea. So I've got all my bare scraps out and was gonna see if I could cut something to match. So I'm thinking like a 1 inch wide band. So something like that. Hey Sue, did I say hi to you? So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I've got some Crayola markers, and this is my plan. I try and be really literal, especially if I'm live and it's a lot harder to concentrate on everything I'm doing. I would like a cleaner ruler, please. A little nervous about using one of my dirty rulers, so I'm gonna get a new ruler out. I don't mess around with Sharpie. There's a lot of Sharpie on my rulers, you know. So, let's get a new ruler out. I always have a few of these extra. Nothing like a new ruler. You guys really like new rotary knives, and I really like new rulers. To each their own, right? Okay, so this is my plan. Be very literal about it. I left a 1/2 inch seam allowance on the hem, which is kind of a lot for me, but I'm gonna leave it, and we're gonna draw our sew line on here. We need to know exactly where, oh my gosh, this ruler is so new it won't slide. Right, so we would like our stripes to match, meeting this line. Did you, Tiffany? Yeah, fresh ruler. I had the very unfortunate thing where, remember when I discovered I needed machine oil? So I placed an order on Waywack. And I was like, oh yeah, I need needles and bobbins for my home, now that I have a home machine, right? It only came with 5 bobbins and 5 needles, so I definitely need more. And so I was like, okay, I'll get them now. This is perfect. They're really affordable there. And I got some spools of thread. Well, I got a little distracted with the thread because it's really hard to just blindly pick colors, right? So I did that. And I bought a zipper foot that's like this machine. As much as I complain about it, I like it a little better than the one that came with my TL because the TL is a little wide. I would like something in between. But anyway, you know, these things are like $1. The needle's $1.50. The bobbin's $3. You know, like, oh, and I got some bobbin holders, like containers. And I forgot the machine oil. You knew where this was going, right? I forgot the machine oil. And then my office neighbor, the one I share the unit with, came by and he was like, oh, hey, there's an inspection tomorrow on the unit. I was like, wait, I thought we had to be out by the 31st. He was like, oh, I'm so sorry. He's like, I'll just postpone it. I'm like, no, I'm going to rally. I'm going to get my last few things out of there. I have three filing cabinets in there, and I have those because I'm transitioning and I'm trying to consolidate some of my patterns. And I wanted a better system, and I just have been putting it off, right? And now I've been using this move opportunity to address it. So my office is filled with patterns right now. So anyway, I did that, and then at the end of that, I realized I forgot the oil, and I really need the oil. And I had just gotten this order up to free shipping, right? So I called them. They were awesome. They were like, this happens. We understand. I can see your order just went to packaging, so it's too late to add the oil, but we can offer you one-time free shipping on this because, you know, she's like, this is definitely only one time, but we will offer this. I was like, thank you, let's do it. We added the oil, and she, because it was like a manual order, she used an old billing address as my shipping address. And I'm not, and you know, I should probably have deleted those. I forget they're there because Waywack is so easy to order. If you've ever ordered from there, it's so instantaneous. And I just, you know, my billing is my P.O. box. My shipping is my home because they don't ship to a P.O. box, unfortunately. That is default. I never have to check that or anything. And then I didn't get she said, you probably won't get this till Monday or Tuesday. I was like, well, oh well, you know, that's on me. But then it was out for delivery yesterday and it didn't come with the other box. And later on in the day, I was like, why? And then I got an email saying, oh, sorry, we missed you. I was like, what do you mean? My husband's home all day. It went to my old office in Chico. So she used my billing address. So after all that, what a roller coaster ride for machine oil. Hi, Monica. Anyway, all right, so this is our goal right here. We want an inch. I'm gonna get my, I'm gonna put I have so many hero markers right now. I have a few extra from teaching that I am going to give myself 2. I'm going to put a hero marker line on where I want this to end. You won't be able to see this, but I can see the dent, all right? Hopefully we're not spending a lot of time on this. If this ends up being too much, I will just do this later. I don't have to hem it on camera. I think it would be really cool. It'd be really nice to finish the whole thing, but we have plenty to sew today. So this is just, you know, perfect example of why we sew, right? We can do whatever we want. So, right? I know, Jan. Yeah. This has been kind of a full week because I also started working at Sew Liberated this week. And so between like doing that and staying on top of their helps, their support, I'm supporting their community members on fitting and pattern stuff. Between that, all of a sudden having to move, because I also moved on Sunday and Monday too. I was here moving Sunday, Monday. So I haven't had a day off, which is fine. Like I don't feel like overworked or anything. But and then streaming, I was like, okay, we're kind of done. But anyway, okay. So where is that hem I cut off? Here's my hem I cut off. So here's my goal. I would like, I would like to do something like this. So if I line this up on the same 1/2 inch line like this, there we go. All right, so this is my start. I have up to here, right? So let's just take this apart. Remember, we're sort of dealing with my scrap situation. I don't have a seam ripper over here. I don't know why. I usually do. I'm literally not even sparing the seam allowance. That's how desperate we are. That's our situation. You didn't miss anything today, Anne. I tried it on and I determined, okay, let's just cut this off, that where my hem length is, and I would like to do something fun for the hem. So I'm over here using my scraps, cutting my hem out. That's what we're up to now. So let's see, let's get this. I'm just giving myself a visual 1/2 inch seam. And then lining it up, seeing what we're missing, like that. All right, so now we need here, we need a little piece right here, and then we can pick this up. This went like this, yep. We can get, okay, yeah, this is good. This isn't gonna be so bad, I don't think. Here's the piece I added. Oh, the things we do when we're doing bias and matching. I really took this one off the rails, didn't I? All right, so we have this. Look at that's pieced right there. This is that where that seam goes down the middle. Dicey, right? All right, so let's see, how's this going? This is more like here. Granted, this piece isn't straight. Let's straighten this out. It's a little curved. I need a new blade in here. I'm trying to conserve my blades. I'm really low. Another thing I probably should have bought. When I start looking for things, I'm kind of like, oh, you know, wait, do we want to match? Wait, how did this, why is this, wait, we want to match like this. Why does this work here? Oh, but it doesn't. Oh, wait, we want to do this. Okay, wait. Let's look at this. We would like, we want to match here. This is where we want to match. Let's just draw that in. Let's just draw it in. That's what we want. Sometimes you just really got to think about it. How does that work over Zoom? What are you talking about? I'm sorry, Jan, I missed your comment. Or are you talking about the So Liberated thing? No, a lot like what I do for our community, but it's more detailed. I mean, like our workshop, they don't have something like that I'm aware of. But they have a lot of courses, and so, and their level of support is really amazing. Like if you've been on the fence for one of their courses, check them out. I don't know them all by heart yet. I think there's like 10 or 11 courses. And there's like courses that are specific to a pattern. And then there's some that are specific to, like the chanterelle pants is like going to be also a how to fit pants type of course as well. And then like the hinterland there's the creative hinterland, which you can like draft all these different things from it, but you fit it first. So you get like a bodice fit. It's not sloper driven. It's more like, we're going to teach you how to fit this pattern. And they're all like, they must have some sort of guidelines for submitting a question, like when they write in the forum, because the photos, they always share like a photo front, side, and back. It's awesome. And so I can kind of look at it, but and sometimes there's a video. And then I will write out what I think they should do. And I also reference resources from the course that they're in. So it's like, oh, I see you need to, lower your armhole on your bodice, and this is how you're going to do this. This is on page of this book, and that's in module 2. And here's a screenshot of the page, just kind of like a reinforcement. I can also give them videos, like record a little video, like in Procreate, or I can do a video like this, and then just reply with that. So it's very, very hand-holdy in a good way. So that's what it is. And so it's probably more formal than what I do for you guys in the guild. I mean, the large guild is free. I'm going to give you guys all the advice you want, but I don't sit there and do all of that every time. I do some of that because sometimes I need to. But, and I'll probably do more of that now, because now I'm compiling this like little library of resources. I'm going to make my own that are mine, because I have them. I have all this stuff. I just don't always pull it. But it's also free. It's a free community. So if you were to pay for my, the guildies, which a lot of you do, you get more from me with that, right? Because you have workshop. And I will also like send you the sketches if you want. And if you need more help, I'll keep helping you, right? So, yeah. Anyway, that's kind of a nutshell. Like I said, I am not very familiar with it, so I'm learning like all the things that I've got to do. I'm really enjoying it so far, though. All right. We are looking for where this matches up here, because this is what I want it to look like this. I would have been super bummed if I'd done all that work. So like that. That's what we want, right? That's going to look so good. So good. I love it. All right, so that means I kind of want to do this at the ironing board, you know, so that I can just iron it. But I'm just going to pin it right now. This is actually going to be even easier. Because I can just like, look at that. I could just sew this down right now. I'd still have to deal with this down here though. And I sort of want to do that right sides together. But I can trim this down, right? Oops, ouch. Anyway. Went down to Abby Costume. Oh, really? Yeah, sure. I've heard interviews with some of the actresses and actors of Downton Abbey, and they talked about how it was to wear some of those things, and sometimes they were so restricted in what they could do with them. Sometimes they smelled. It was kind of interesting. Yeah. Okay, so here we have this one. I don't make sure it didn't bleed. Nope. Nope. Oh. Okay. Wait, how'd this work over here? Wait, why does that work over there? Oh, here we go. This stuff's making me cross-eyed, you guys. No, that's not what I want. I want this piece right here. Why did that? Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Okay. So how are you guys doing? Are you guys doing anything, you know, for Easter? Wait, let's cut this straight. Let's cut this straight. Oh, that does look straight. Why does it look curved up there? I know this is slightly curved. Okay. Easter dinner. I feel like I am really out of touch with stuff like that. I had to ask someone today if it was Easter tomorrow. It's Tiffany's birthday tomorrow. She's celebrating today. Do you see how it's not matching there? That's the angle of the bias. Is that a better angle there? Is that like, it's more like this. See that? I have to like get the angle better. We don't really want to stretch it either. Maybe this piece won't be ideal. I don't really like that jog right there. Okay, let's also look at our resources here. Our resources. They are minimal, let me tell you. Okay, I found some pink here for that. That'll get me to, oh no, it's actually like this. Yeah, like that. Okay. Nice, Anna. An egg bake. Oh, that's a good idea. My husband's going to a soccer game tonight, so I'm kind of solo tonight. I just really don't like that angle right there. Let me see if I can find a better match here. Oh, that goes all the way there too. Okay. Is this maddening to watch? This must be maddening to watch. I'm sorry. I get sometimes very hyper focused on things. I don't know what it is. It's just kind of one of these things where all of a sudden I'm like, I have to know if I can do this. And it's like a battle of wills or something. I can get it here. Right? I can get that there. I need a shallower. See, I need that. I may have to make some compromises. This also goes into the selvage over here. See right there? Oh. Hi, Rachel. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Aisha. Okay, what if I go from this way that way? Why is that easier? This is working. This is working. This is working, except it's not now. Okay, I'm gonna go here. You know what's funny, Anna? I keep almost calling you Anna, and it's because of a game I play. There's a character in it. So I'm sorry I keep saying Anna. Okay, so we can get to like here. How many seams is okay? How many? Ooh, this looks promising. Or not. Why is it so hard to figure out the diagonal? Okay, I think I'm gonna have to compromise there. All right, wait. Oh, really? Yeah, I could see that. Kind of like when kids would, if there was a Jeremy in my class, they would say, Saremy loves Jeremy, you know, and I hated it. But what could I do? I was kind of stuck with my name. All right, that works right there. So let's trim some stuff up here. I think that we'll go up to about right here. Not really the best way to do this, I think. I mean, it's okay, but okay, so we need about 1.5 inches. I'm gonna draw it on here. 1.5 inches. Yeah, I knew this one was dried up. Okay. That's why I brought the orange over here, just in case. 1.5 inches. Yeah, see this? Okay. Yeah. Wait, would Michelle? Where's Michelle? Oh, there. My brain doesn't work in this fashion. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that they can't see the matching as well, like discerning the prints and stuff. And for me, it's very much the opposite. Like I think this is so interesting because there's so many ways humans are built differently from one another. And this is definitely one of them, just like how men and women see different colors differently, especially in the green and teal range. And then when it comes to patterns, sometimes, you know, when there's like a print, I look for the repeat. I can see the repeat, and sometimes it screams at me, and I can't not see it, and I can't buy that fabric anymore because I can see the repeat. But you know those things where it looks like static, but if you stare at it long enough, something will jump out at you? I have never gotten those. I've never been able to see it. I cannot. I've tried so hard that I got so frustrated. My brother and sister are really into them, and they have these books of those, and I could never see it. So I think it's really interesting. Oh yeah, she might like it. It's the mirroring thing. Yeah, well, I'm not doing that great, Michelle. All right, so we're gonna, here's kind of, it's barely hitting the hem right here. So we're gonna give ourselves to like right there. I'm trying to conserve my fabric too, so. I didn't want to do that. Oh well. I wanted an angle. Okay, let's trim this off. Let's make some progress here. I could probably do a narrower seam allowance and conserve my fabric too. All right, got that. We've got this right here. We got to take our wins where we can get them. We can trim this off. Maybe this will be useful somewhere. I don't know. I have an astigmatism. Really? I have an astigmatism. Yeah, I can't do that, Michelle. I can't do that. Oh. Yeah, word finds, word seeks, I can see them all. I can almost see half of them instantly, and then I just have to tease out the rest. Yeah, it is, and I don't think it's like, when you can see or do those things, I don't think you're just particularly good at it. I think it's just the way that your brain interprets things, and it's not something, you know, because I can't do other things at all, so. Oh, interesting. Okay, wait, here, this is what I'm doing, right? Okay, yep. Here we go. We've got, I just cut this off right there. Why did I do that? Why does this work? This doesn't work now, right? Okay, let's see. Oh, here, that's one way. I can see the stripe right here through the fabric. That is how I should be doing it too. Okay. And then look, I got an overlap over here. I don't know why. Am I doing that wrong? Huh. Okay. I'm quilting my dress. They did? Really? Weird. I think I need a shallower. Yeah, shallower. Okay. It's not like, if I had to do this next week, I wouldn't know how, you guys. It's not like I'm doing any kind of thing I know how to do. All right, so can we can't really go past that point. Okay, so let's cut this. There we go. And then let's cut this. I'm cutting other fabric. All right. Hack and slash, hack and slash. Okay. Maybe I can still join these with a nice diagonal. And let's trim this down. All right. We're getting there. Okay. We need this little guy right here. What do we have? Who volunteers as tribute? All right, let's see. I don't think that this is going to work. Maybe this does. There is the, I don't think it'll work. It has to go the other way, like this, yeah. It has to go the other way. All right, we can get this to work. We can get this to work. Ooh. Okay, I hope I have enough for the other side of my dress, you guys. This is such a risk. Risk. We're getting cockier. that too much different. Do you guys, this is kind of off topic, but kind of on topic. The other thing that I get is I will get a song, like a part of a song stuck in my head. Bad. Like really, really bad. So bad that sometimes I'm like, stop! You know, like, do you ever get that? Like right now what's going through my head is the Billie Eilish Barbie song. Not a bad song to have stuck in my head. Like, I'm not complaining, but it's the same little spot over and over and over again. And you know the other one lately I've been getting into my head, which I probably have not ever listened to the song intentionally. Nothing, I have nothing against it, but it's just not my genre. I think it's the Britney Spears song, Call Me Maybe. Oh my God. When I was moving, it was stuck in my head, just one little thing. Yes. Yes. Oh man. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, okay. I'm not alone there. Oh my gosh. It is maddening. So, one time I learned, like, if you have a kid who has nightmares, one of the strategies that you can try with a kid is, all right, when you're in your dream, and that whatever that's scaring you is coming at you, I want you to go, stop, like that, to the monster or whatever it is. And I do that in my head towards earworms now. And I have to do it. I have to interrupt it. And it works pretty good. But, you know, I can't just do it willy-nilly. You know, it has to be the right moment to do it too. So, yeah, there's that. It's exposing all my weirdness. All right, we'll just leave. We're not going to poke the bear. We're just going to leave this. I'm liking this hymn. Let's hope I have enough to continue. What's our backup plan? We're just going to face it. The backup plan is we'll face the hymn with something. Yeah. Oh, you can't buy myself. Oh, I had that one a few weeks ago. So did you hear the new one with her and Beyonce? I was going to ask you guys about the Cowboy Carter. I don't know if that's the name of that song, but they collaborated, and I heard it last night, and it is so interesting hearing their voices together and the way they sang that. It is really cool, and really, I have to listen to it again. It's almost disjointed for me. It'll walk past me humming something, and that's all it takes. Oh, yeah, you know, I almost divorced my husband last year because you know what he did? So there's a woman in here, and her business name is the Age of Aquarius song. I loathe that song with every fiber in my being. I don't know why I hate that song. I think it is the goofiest frickin' song, and it is so triggering when I hear it. And when he walked in one day, he started singing it, and I was like, oh no. Oh, I was so mad. Ruined me for like a week and a half. Oh man. That's your, is that the, oh, no, that one. Oh, that one's bad. That one's bad, Travis. I know that one, yeah. Maybe this will help us, Aisha. I'm telling you, man, it's a sickness. I'm glad I have some people to commiserate. All right, where's my other, here it is, this guy. Oh, Michelle. Terry, can you ban Michelle? Nope, not happening. All right. Oh, can I not use this over here? I could use this over. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, that goes there. Okay, that goes there. All right, right. We're getting there. Okay, this goes right here. Oh, I think she just walked in. Hope she didn't hear me. Why won't that work there? I don't understand why this doesn't work sometimes. I didn't sing it. You will never hear me sing that song. How dare you? Not happening. Oh, really, Amy? That's an interesting one. I'm glad that one never pops up for me. Yeah, that's Tiffany. For me, that's it. I have at least like 4. Total Eclipse of the Heart. Oh, Muskrat Love. Okay, that one I don't mind being stuck in my head. Muskrat Susie, Muskrat Sam. Sorry, Deb. I did a whole puppet show to that song with my 2 sea otter puppets. Okay. We need more. We need more stuff here. Is this the same piece that I just tried to use and it won't work? Yeah, exactly, Michelle. Well, my mom, yeah, I mean, my mom definitely, my mom, I like have very fond memories of being in the car with my mom and her, like just turning to me. Remember my mom was probably in her 20s, I love thinking about that time and, turning to me and saying, they call me Mellow Yellow, Oh, Afternoon Delight. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh man, this is so funny. Don't you wish we were sewing right now? Oh man. This is what happens this is why I like to wash dishes too. I really love to have my hands busy and then I think about things. I love doing dishes for that. I don't like being expected to wash dishes, but I like doing them. Literally in paradise too. There aren't hippies here, Michelle, but Humboldt County, swimming in them for sure. I joked with a friend when I first moved here. There's a thing in Humboldt called a Humboldt honey, which is a very stereotypical, like it's definitely not a nice thing. It'll be like a young girl and there's like a whole like thing of things that they are. And I was never a Humboldt honey, but like pet ferret, handkerchief as a top, white girl with dreadlocks, patchouli, all these little very stereotyping things. Looks poor, lives in her brand new Toyota 4Runner with daddy's credit card. Like it's not a very pretty like overview, but when I moved here, I felt so crunchy compared to people here. And I told my friend, I was like, oh, holy, I do not have enough makeup to live here. Alice's restaurant. My mom's name is Alice, so she talked about that. Okay, we're stuck on this same color thing again. And it's not surprising because most of my dress is this. So let's see. Maybe this will get us. Oh, that's the wrong way though. Shoot. Okay, let's trim this off because maybe we can get some fabric here. The Rasputin. Isn't that? Oh no, that's similar to the one that gets stuck in Travis's head. Do you play Fortnite, Travis? Because those 2 songs are both in there, and it drives me crazy when people play that. Wait, I'm performing as a drag king, and I did Love Shack, and that's a good one. I saw them in concert. It was so good, by the way. Oh my goodness. Wait, I have a viral German song about rhubarb stuck in my head currently, but it's usually Rasputin. Oh god, that Rasputin one is so hard. Oh man. Okay, where are we overlapping? How far can we get? We can get up to here. So let's go up to here and then like this. Okay. We're getting there, you guys, I promise. We still need a little piece right here. Maybe this will work for this. Taking chances here. Okay, there's that, and I still need a little piece right there, and we need this piece right here. All right. We might be piecing stuff. We have this. We have this. Lots of blue. No. Okay. Oh, you don't know what fork knife is? What am I doing? Are you not paying attention, Julie? I'm just teasing. No, I am putting a contrast hem that with the binding going the other, or the diagonal going the other way. I'm making life difficult. Okay, so can I do this right? Can I cheat and use this yellow ruler? This is yellow and this is pink right here. But maybe I could get these two to sew together. I'm looking at the camera. Oh, it's just not enough right there. What about this? Ooh, 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 ooh. This is a little, no. This right here might work here. Same thing though. We're having to fake it. This'll work right here. This'll work right here. I'll have a little yellow right here is the only thing. Arr. Arr. Okay. Can I do this? No. Can I do this? Too bad these aren't opposites, right? Let's get this on here. Like that. Okay. Mine is a frog went cord. That one's so cheerful. Froggy went according and he did right on home. Sorry. It took me a second to remember it. I had to do it out loud. I wonder what the top, like 100 earwormy songs are. I'm going to have that Froggy Over Unicorn now stuck in my head. I can tell. Shoot! Oh, that's paybacks, man. Paybacks for singing that. Oh, man. Ugh, this is kind of a nightmare right now. This is what I need right here. This is, no, it's not. Oh, wait. Look, I found a piece. Oh my gosh. How did we miss this? Am I wrong? No, look. This is this piece right here. Look at that. Okay. We're very close. This just saved my sanity, I think. That. Well, maybe it's the counselor that's here. Okay. We just have this, and we have a little piece of green right here that we need. I don't know what I need there yet. right, that'll work right there, this little piece. Okay, so let's just cut this off and leave it over here. Like that. Quilted hem. So we've got this, but we need, I'll just use that as the seam allowance actually. Where do I want to piece this? I guess right here. Okay. Is Elena here? Yeah, exactly, Elena, right? You are the real genius in this situation. I'm getting there. I'm triumphing. Triumphing? Triumphing? What's the word for that? It's not triumphing. You guys are so funny. I really want that to work, don't I? But it's just not going to. Okay, so this right here is this right here. But okay, so that will work for this. This is so bad, huh? Okay. I think that'll work for, no. Yeah. Okay. I think we can make this work for this little corner here. Scissor. Oh no, that's not wide enough. Well, shoot, dang. That's not wide enough. Probably squandered it. Okay, can we get this to work? No. Okay, this could work. Wait, where'd this come from? Neat, Elena. That sounds awesome. You let dice decide what you can do. Have you ever seen that Big Bang Theory episode where Sheldon does that? He lets, I know Ray is like, yeah. She's like nodding right now. He lets dice decide everything he's going to do. It doesn't go well. It's pretty funny though. Let's just fold this down. Let's be consistent here. I think that's when he decides to like eat broccoli. Too much broccoli. He thinks he's dying. He's just filled with gas. It's so funny. I have not seen any Big Bang Theory lately. I need to probably watch some. Definitely a comfort show for me. Okay, so let's piece this together here. Let's give ourselves some seam allowance here. Like that, and then scissors are not it. Okay. So that, okay, so I'm not sure we've accomplished anything right here though, is the kind of one of the problems. So let's get rid of this, leave a seam allowance only so we know what we're dealing with. What are we dealing with here? Okay, we have a side seam though. We can capitalize on that. We just need a little piece right here of that orange. And I've got some right here. This isn't cut on the bias, but we could utilize it. It's the wrong way. Okay, this is it. All right, all right, all right. How many seams is too many seams? Okay, it fits differently. What fits? What did you finish? Oh, neat, Elena. Sorry, Rachel. Oh, I deserve that. This is so crazy. Okay. You are there. Let's not lose that precious little corner there. All right. We got a bit of the orange here, but we didn't here. I did still do this upside. No, there's orange. Orange is up there on this one and down here on this. Oh, because I flipped it. Okay, that's okay. All right, I think we got it all. This right here needs to be trimmed. Let's double check up there. Yeah, I have that one stuck in my head too, Rachel. Of all the songs we mentioned today, that is not what I thought I'd end up with. Did I cut the? Okay, I want diagonal seam here. Do I have enough? I think so. Yeah, okay. Like that. And then we'll do a center seam here. We just need to clean up all these seams real quick, and then we're off to sewing. All right, that goes there. Like that, like that. Whew. Okay, you're here. What's going on over here? Let's overlap these. Get a nice seam here. I might have to do a vertical seam here. I'm not sure. I don't know if I have enough to piece it from bottom. Okay, let's just hold off on that. Oh man. Hi, Catherine. Oh no, I'm just decided to do something kind of crazy with the hem. Okay, I think we're good, you guys. I don't know what's going on there? Oh, it's just a little piece hanging off by a thread. Okay. We are the champions, my friends. There you go. There's another one. Oh man, the devastation of scraps. This is all I have left. This is what I've been working with. That's it. Way to use the fabric, right? Okay, let's go to the sewing machine. Definitely. Okay. Oh, queen's good. I did so much queen on my way to Washington. In fact, I had this really cool moment when I was listening to Bohemian Rhapsody, and it was like I crested this hill into this little valley in Oregon right when the guitar solo started, and this huge double rainbow just went boom. And you'll never believe this, I drove through the rainbow. Like I literally drove through the rainbow. It was ending on the freeway. And as you know how usually when you approach a rainbow, it just keeps getting further and further away from you and you can't like reach it? It stayed there. It was the weirdest thing. It was like, by the time I got it was like right here in the shoulder. And I drove through and I was like, what's happening? It was nuts. All right, I'm just gonna piece these pieces together and then we can set them aside so we don't have all these pins here, you know. Let's see if we can, I'm not sure. Not sure about the, yeah, okay, the lining up part. Okay. We want it to be like that, right? Yeah. Let's try. We won't backstitch just in case. Let's hope the sewing fairy's on my side today. I did not, Jan. Not while I was driving. I've never had mushrooms, let's be honest. I've been the goodiest of two shoes all my life. This is cutting it really close over here. This, why? This does not work. We have to make that work though. We have to, why? Not today, sewing fairy, come on. This piece is just, this is not working here. These scissors aren't it either. Oh, did she post it? I want to see. I'm excited. Did you got your machine unstuck then, Sydney? Hi, Adina. How's it going? I should be sewing my dress together, but I decided to go down a adventure of planning a hem out first. Let's check that first before we, oh my God, I nailed that last time today. Okay, got that. Okay, like that. Usually what I do is I overlap it when I have to piece it together. And then I just do a diagonal seam. If we can kind of sew these together along that, we'll be okay. 5 weeks of school left. Do you have to take the bar though after that? So you just enter like a study mode? I don't know anything about it, sorry. Oof, that is really close, you guys. Let's make this seam allowance smaller. We may have to compromise on the matching here. You can come back in like 20 minutes when I'm actually sewing the dress together if you want. For those of you watching the replay, just fast forward. Bet you already have. Okay, let's see if we can get a little more seam allowance at the end here. And sew this with a much smaller one together. We still need the full width though. I can still make compromises on the width of this whole thing too. That's a barely. Oof. Oh man. So close. This is so close, you guys. Look at that. Now it looks like we had a little more than I thought because of that angle there. Let's leave that for now. It is. I don't know how amazing it is, but we're making it our way through here. So let's sew this together. Methodical. You just got to be methodical, one step at a time. And make it obvious for yourself. That's usually how I look at it. Like I don't try and be too clever. I'm definitely guilty of trying to be too clever sometimes. What's happening here? What is it supposed to look like? It goes like that. Wait, did I try and do? Wait a minute. Did I cut this piece wrong? Wait, did I do that? I wanted this, don't I? Yeah, I want that. Or that. And look, now I have a space there. Huh. Can I move this over? Wait. Let's see here. Oh, this isn't sewn together here. Shoot, dang. All right, let's put this together. It's definitely not good sewing either, and I know that. But I'm going to make it look good. Watch. I can't see that stripe there. There it is. Okay. I'm not going to tell you, Shim. No. I just need one more. I'll show you in a second. Now I lost it. There we go. Okay. No. Yeah. Why are there so many people in the lobby here? This isn't the same width. That's why I'm kind of struggling here. So I want to do a contrast hem on the outside of the dress, and I want it to go the opposite way of my plaid or my stripe. See, like that. And I'm having to piece it together. Yeah, I'm having to piece because we're skint on fabric. It'll be worth it. I don't know if it's worth it, but we're definitely, yeah. See, it'll look like that, and this will be clean as well. It'll look good, I think. So let's see, this piece here I think I cut wrong, and this was one of my problem spots here. So let's just come back to this and do the last one here. I'm lining it up on the stripe there. This one's an easy one. Okay, that one looks the best of all of them. Okay, so let's see how much we have here. Oof. It just might not match in some places, you know? You guys were calling him. I need all I can get with this corner here. I don't know, you guys. It's not looking good for that fabric spot, that color. I'm grabbing them all. Maybe I should go through my fabric scrap bin. I just don't think there's gonna be anything. Just double checking. Hi. Okay, let's see here. We've got this color, we need this. Let's hold on to this. Oh man, we want this direction. That, you know, this is the original one I had, hon. I cut it too, or it was just too small, that's what it was. Dang. It's so aggravating. Like, you just think, I've got to have something, you know? But there's just not much. Hi, Leah. How's it going? Let's see here. I don't know what to do about that. Wait. Oh, I already checked this, didn't I? I think I'm going to have to fake this part. This right here may be what I do. Right? I think that's the choice. Let's see how it looks. Okay, so if we do this. Sorry, like this. Right? This is like this. Like this. And you cover all that up. Don't like it though. I don't like that. Get so stubborn. Of course, it's like a 2-inch section. All right, let's take a break from it. Let's do something productive. All right. We've got pins everywhere right now. I don't know how. I do. Just put them in a little cup. Okay. We will come back to this. Should we just leave it on here though for now? I think we should leave it on here. Let's just leave it on here. All of this is secure. Okay. Okay. All right, so we can now start the live stream. It's been an hour and 15 minutes I've been working on this. No, I'm way too stubborn at this point, Leia. I think that's a good idea though, because I have a lot of backup ideas, but I have a few more scraps over there. I'll just put a different color ruler right there, you know, like right here, because it's close, you know. I'm just missing this little bit right here. That's it. That's all I'm missing. That's it. I can figure that out. How do I stay calm? I think like, I don't know. It's not, I don't know what I wouldn't, like, I guess calm isn't the right word to me. You know. I don't know. I guess I don't think of it that way. It's just, I feel like this is going to sound really arrogant, but this is the process, right? Like, I'm making something I've never made before, and things happen. Like, expecting perfection on the very first time I'm sewing it, I don't know. That's one thing I don't like about the home sewing community is people's real frustration over sewing something that doesn't turn out perfect the first time, and then you sew it again in a completely different fabric. That's just like sewing it for the first time again, you know? So I wish people were a little bit kinder to themselves. I want to sew this from this side. I used fabric for the interfacing, by the way. That's why it's just a loose piece of fabric in there. It's washed. I didn't want to use iron on interfacing. Sometimes I just don't use iron on interfacing. Oh my gosh, stop that. My collar is like a lot longer. And I know I have a top collar, but it shouldn't be that much. We know we have no fabric to cut a new collar out too, so this is what we get. I'm gonna make sure I got it symmetrical length here. Yeah, let's get this a little longer. Like one stitch. And take out these stitches right here. Yeah, exactly, Elena. No iron-on bubbles with this dress. Not taking any chances. That's why. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the expectation for a lot of us, Jan. I mean, I'm definitely putting my work in on this because I want it to turn out. And at every turn, you know, I know that something might not work out. So I just try and self-soothe by going, all right, well, what if this doesn't work? What if my contrast hem doesn't work? Because when I trimmed it down, I had to make that choice, right? I knew the dress could be 4 inches shorter when I tried it on. I was like, cool, I can lose 4 inch. It has a 4 inch excess beyond what I want the hem, right? And so first I trimmed it down and left a 2 inch hem. And then I was like, I kind of want this. I have an idea. I have a lot of fabric now. I have 4 inches here. So that's one thing. I had trimmed it down. I trimmed 2.5 inches off of it. If I had trimmed 3.5 inches off of it, it would have been probably a little easier to do what I was doing in some of the spots. I probably wouldn't have had to struggle so hard, but I was just so nervous, right? And then I told myself, all right, the way that this is going to look the best is if you just sew it on with a seam, right? And so that means you need to trim off all of the hem. You're going to leave yourself only a seam allowance. What if this doesn't work out? What's your plan? I'll just face the hem, right? I can face the hem with a solid, like Leia suggested. I could face it by piecing together fabric. No one will see it. It doesn't have to be as perfect, right? So I think that's my backup plan. Like, what if this collar isn't quite right? What if I don't like it? It doesn't have to have a collar, right? Or what if just the top collar is in the ruler and the under collar is not? I think there's a lot of things you can do to sort of get yourself there, as long as you're open to the ideas and you're willing to experiment. And, like when I'm doing things, like when I'm doing that piecing there, I would probably do a lot better job off camera because I could really focus and be more methodical. But right now I am paying attention to a lot of things and you guys. So it's just how it is. I guess, Elena, I mean, I was just talking to a friend yesterday. I was like, there's nothing more human than a human. Because we were talking about how people act in communities, and just like in not good ways. I've been a part of really great communities, and he is a part of a really thriving church community. And we were just talking about that, and it's just really interesting how, like, it doesn't matter what kind of community you're in. Humans are still humans. They are good and bad in both. There's nothing more human than a human. Just because you're in some sort of, I don't know, peace and love community doesn't mean you're not going to still act human, and you're going to have a bad day. So I don't feel like I need to be reminded I'm human. That is for sure. Some days I wish I wasn't. I wish I was better than that, honestly. All right. Not really liking my interfacing choice right now, but I think when it's folded, it's going to be great. It's just bunching up a little bit in there. See how it's a little bit, see right here, pay attention to this piece right here. So when I'm holding the collar gently, do you see how it's a little longer in there? That's partly because it's a more tightly woven fabric. No, I don't really like my collar points. They're not looking the same, but I like each of them. I just don't like that they're not the same as one another. I think that we're all perfect. I think that's, for me, that's the way I look at it, is that this is perfect. Because nothing is perfect, so we're all perfect. Okay, so now I have my collar, and here is my facing, and I'm gonna bind this. Thank goodness we actually have binding. I have a ton of it, by the way. Maybe I have some fabric here. Ooh, I have a ton of binding. Look at all this binding I have. Why do I have so much binding? Wait, because this is my belt. Okay, and this is my binding. Okay. Ooh. I mean, it's not the same width, but let's just pull out all the ones that are in that. Oh, look at, there's that color range we need. Let's pull all those out, except they're all that. Well, shoot dang. Let's just figure out our hem really quick. Let's see if we have it before I use the piece of binding I need. It is this one right here, right? Right here, yeah. Yeah, I think like fixing mistakes is how I got better at sewing. 100%. Fixing mistakes is how you get better. Learning what to do if things go sideways, you know? Speaking of sideways, I hate it when I can't get the bias to go the right way. You know? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh! I think this is it. Okay. Look, this. Okay, we need another piece that looks like this. No. No. Yes. No. Why is this so hard? Here we go. Okay. Okay. If we piece these two together, we have it. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Now we have all this bias. Oh gosh, right, Adina? My favorite is when I seam ripping something completely out, recut it, and do the exact same thing. Or recut the exact same wrong piece. Oh my gosh. Like, what the heck? Do I have enough? Yeah, I have enough. Oh no, I need probably a little bit more. Let's put this one on there. All right. Yeah, exactly. Just being human. All right, let's piece my binding together. So I'm just binding my edge of my facing. I could also, because I didn't use fusible, I could sew these two pieces right sides together and turn it. It's an option, right? You know? But not as cute as this will be, even though no one will see it but me. Ooh, I really cut that close there, didn't I? Finger press. All right, I'm gonna round the corner of my facing. So the way I do my camp collar is a little different than usually camp collar instructions. So you can follow the one in your instructions. But I think that the way I do it, it kind of helps prevent that weird little, you know, when you make your notch at your shoulders, and you have raw edges there, like you have to like clip in. This prevents that. So I'm gonna finish with binding all these edges, the shoulder and around the perimeter, because that's how I like it. Because the shoulder has to get like tucked under anyway. It's always really awkward binding right there too. And I'm just gonna do a Hong Kong, but you could do binding too. I would sew it from the wrong side to the right side if I did binding, but we're just gonna do a Hong Kong because it's a little easier and it's less bulky. I think I'll leave some of my pattern culling for workshop this week. That's what I'll do during workshop. And so I have to go home early today since Loki will be home alone. Oh, look at all that I had left over. That's so funny. I was overestimate my needs. Hong Kong. Hong Kong. Hong Kong. Autocorrect loves that sentence, by the way, like those two words together. Because it won't capitalize Hong, but it'll leave it in there as if it's a word. And then when I write Kong, then it automatically capitalizes both. It's kind of funny. I watch it happen sometimes. I'm like, you can't write the word so, but you think Hong, is a word. I don't know. Yeah, just like French seams are English seams in France. At least that's what we've been told. We don't know. Is English paper piecing in England? I mean, in the UK? Someone must have done a YouTube video about all this. I'm concentrating, sorry. Sorry, I'm being quiet. I'm not apologizing for concentrating. Okay. Looking at this wrinkle right here. It works though. They do? Oh, okay. Oops. See you, Sydney. Nice. That sounds great. We need George Carlin. The Billie Eilish song is stuck in my head again. So I guess it rains over everything right now. The weird thing, the really weird thing about having this song stuck in my head, and I know it's not which came first because I know what came first, is that YouTube knows. And I love Billie Eilish. Like, I love her. But I don't watch a lot of stuff about her. I've watched like the Hulu, I think it was Hulu, the documentary about her, which was really good. And Phineas, her brother. And but YouTube kind of knows that I like Billie Eilish and feeds me snippets of like the same interview over and over. And every rendition and every person singing that Barbie song, I do not click on those things. I don't know why YouTube knows. I don't know if I'm just, maybe it's because like I've played the song, you know, in the car. I don't know. When is it not creepy, right? Can you see my comment? Oh, I can see your comment. Yeah. Did I miss one earlier? I'm sorry. I have been looking down a lot. I'm really sorry if I missed something. Did you have a question or anything, Anne? Did someone ask who George Carlin was? Now I'll probably get a lot of that on my YouTube. Okay, good. Yep, I can see your comments. You're watching your Fire Stick, Pony. All right. Yeah, that works. Yeah, well, now I have. I don't think I've talked about it before with you guys, but yeah, now I've definitely doomed myself. I always think it's really funny that because people will be like, oh, I don't comment on viewed videos. I don't like them. And I don't subscribe to people because I don't want I don't want YouTube to know who I am. They know who you are, by the way. And I used to think that too. I'm like, oh, I don't really want to taint my feed with something. You know what? Look at it the other way. You want your feed to be things you actually are interested in rather than getting stuff where, yeah, there's some really crazy stuff out there. But it is really funny that there are people that think, oh, they don't know who I am. I'm like, meh. They do, especially if you're verifying with your email and stuff like that. Why is there a thread right here? But I know not to interact with content I don't want to get more of, right? Oh, okay, Amy. Okay. You don't comment outside of live streams? I do on people who I want to see succeed. I definitely will just say something, even if it's just like, nice video or something like that, you know? Because I am like, okay, that is what helps them. All right, do I want to stitch my collar? I like top stitch it. I have all this top stitching on the side seams, you know? What do we think? I'm going to have a little cuff on my sleeve. I do tend to prefer a softer finish collar. Like that's the phase I'm in right now. I've definitely preferred over top stitching too. Of course I want to top stitch it. Okay. Let's do a little check on my print. I just realized, because see these little white tips? That's going to be really obvious if they're not the same. That's not too bad. I think that'll work. All right, let's top stitch. Terry said so. I'm going to do kind of a wide type top stitch. I do like an 1/8 inch rather than like an edge stitch. I mean, let's hope it's 1/8 inch all the way around. Not known for my top stitching. There we go. Yeah, I like that. All right, so yeah, I just had a little bit of a panic, but yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay, so let's see if I can remember how to sew my collar on. I'm gonna just pin it loosely right now. I'm not gonna over pin right now because there's a couple extra steps in the way I do this. Is that what I was thinking? I mean, I want to do the top stitching. You're right. There's no question of that. Do I want that look? That's what I'm always like, maybe not, but I still want to do the top stitching because we like to do it, right? Okay, so oops, I have this pin through this piece of elastic. This piece of elastic has been important. You know what? Actually, let's toss it on the ironing board. That's from the Quickie tool case. And that's the amount I need to trim off of it. No way, really, Terry? I had to read that like 3 times. Because I was thinking 3 feet the distance at first. Really? Oh my gosh. That's cool. That's really interesting. I'm kind of interested in that. I wonder, how are they not in the way? Okay, anyway. All right, so I guess I can do the center front seam now, right? Yeah, me too. I wonder how that's designed. All right, so if you're new to this project, pretty much my whole garment's cut on the bias. I'm not finishing my bias cut seams. I'm just sewing them right sides together, the top stitching it. Oops. So I'm going to sew my center front seam now. And I had to sew this dress a little bit out of order because of the casing that I added. So that's kind of why we're doing the collar towards the end. Just matching up my stripes here best I can. Some of it's matched better than others, like the side seams. I were hard to match because of the dart. They match by the time they get to the hem. Raise that up a little bit. Sort of scooching it. I don't want the bias to do anything weird. Yeah, that sounds so cool. I'm interested. One thing I love about this TL is the fact that I can use all my feet from this machine. That's such a huge selling feature for me. I know that's a really unique thing for anybody else, but one thing about machines is the feet, right? And you get used to the feet you have, and you have feet, you know, that you like. I've known people to not switch machines because of a foot they really depend on, you know, and there isn't the equivalent. I love all the people that have said, oh my gosh, your matching is so good. The thing is, once you cut it, the matching's really easy. It kind of just sews itself. And I can see the stripes really easily, so it's not hard. I can see them through, like I can see the under one through. All right, let's open this up and press it and top stitch it. Yeah, I feel like I would use a foot or two more often if I didn't have to switch. I would probably put that shearing foot on for sleeve caps, Terry. Oh my gosh, that just sounds overpowered to me. I'm gonna put this actually on the ironing board. Look at that. We're using the ironing board like an ironing board. I'm not sure how far I am. I might go off camera a little bit here. See how it looks. Ooh, that's my front. Oh my gosh, look at that. This is so interesting right here. Cool. Yeah, I need to get that, Terry. Yeah, the feet can be really expensive. That's true. Like if you're a Bernina foot person, you have invested, you know? You're not switching to another machine. All right, I'm gonna, do you want the camera down lower? I'm just gonna top stitch on either side of my seam. It's not necessary, but it will keep my seam allowances kind of ruly. To keep them from becoming unruly. Let's turn the dress inside out to do this. Sorry, I have this crazy hem attached to the bottom. That's how you get good at production sewing, is when you can tune out other parts of things. Because I'm not finishing this seam allowance, it leaves like a lot of seam allowance in there, and I could have trimmed it, but I didn't want to trim it down. But the seam allowance won't fray because it's cut on the bias. And it's only a 1/2 inch, but I just don't want it flopping around in there. I don't want to have to iron it. You know what I mean? That'll help me not have to iron it a little bit. All right, let's go down the other side. And this is just like a fun detail to top stitch it. Not necessary. didn't press good right here. I have to pull it away. Oh, am I about to run out of bobbin? No. Okay, shim. But shim, just buy the one for the industrial. Don't buy that one. Buy the one for the industrial, this one. On Waywack. You don't have to buy the one by Juki, just buy this one. Because that one's probably like 10 or $8 or $10. I'll send you a link to it if you want. He did that for me the other day. He was like, these are the bobbins I buy from Waywack. I was like, thank you. I've bought bobbins like 3 times from Waywack, and twice I got the wrong ones. And I'm like, wait, how did I get the wrong ones? Okay, so let's put the collar on. Yeah, all the high shank feet work. You can get a binder. Well, I don't have a binding attachment for this. I mean, you can, but. Okay, so. I'm going to put my facing on here. I don't think I've ever done this color before. I didn't think the teal, I mean, there was 2 options I saw. One was cheaper than the other. I think it was for the zipper foot, maybe. Maybe it wasn't the zipper foot. And then I was like, oh wait, I don't even need to look at these. Yeah, there's so many high shank feet available. All right, so I have a video dedicated to sewing a camp shirt collar, and I'll try to remember to put it in the description. But I do this a little differently than the instructions of most camp shirts. Let me trim this a little nicer. It must be, yeah, must be so frustrating for people to be like, oh, you spent all this time doing this, and then you just like hack your seam allowance there. I go back and fix things just so you know. All right, so what I do here is, because I have a facing, if I had a button front, I would probably just do one side then the other. I would do one side then the other, right? But we're going to do all at once. I'm going to sew this as a sandwich. So I have my facing, my collar, and my garment, right? But we're not going to go all the way to the end here. We're going to go like just up to like an inch away or so. Mine, if your collar is like down here, because like a traditional collar, you can just go like I would go like an inch and a half past your collar or more. I'm gonna go as far as I can and go like to there. All right, and same with the other side. So let's see, with the pullover it's a little harder. I'm gonna turn it inside out. It'll be a little easier to sew. Okay. I hope Shim heard us say that. Yeah, no, Berninas are their own thing. Yeah, exactly. But I'm also using 1/4 inch seam allowance, so if yours doesn't have that, don't do that. You do your seam allowance. I'm doing 1/4 because I like 1/4. I think it's a lot easier to do. I'm going to start over. I want my stitch length a little shorter than that. There we go. Yeah, I have a Bernina and I still don't buy the fee. It's just, it's too specific. But Barbara knows the feet really good. So if you ever have a question about it, if you're a Bernina person, ask her. All right, so let's see, we're at the center here. All right, now, because I have this like little V here, one of my tips, if you have like a slit, I actually got this tip from Barbara a long time ago. So if you have a slit, let's pull down the camera. sometimes that ends up becoming a really weak point even after it's sewn, all right? So the tip I'm going to give you, I'm going to decrease my stitch length, which I did. And then when we go across it, like if you have an actual slit where it's like when you put a bias strip on a cuff placket, you know, and you're sewing it more like this. So here is your slit, right? But, oh, sorry, but you can't do a 1/4 inch seam allowance right here, right? You have to do kind of at a V. So here is your seam allowance. Right here. It tapers, right? It's badly drawn, right? So right here, when you get to this slit, go 1 stitch across. You can go right below it. Maybe you don't think this is the scale, right? Go like this, 1 stitch across, and then back up. In other words, don't go like this. Like, don't go like this. At an angle like that. You want to go 1 stitch across. Trust me on this. And then you can cut up to there, right? Cut. Like this is already slit, but you'll have to clip right here up to that, close to it. And then you have like this little, like a mini bar tack. So you want your stitch length to be really short, and then go 1 stitch across the base of your V or your slit. And mine's not so bad. I can actually do seam allowance on mine now that I think about it, because I gave myself that. It's not a slit, in other words. So I can go down here. I'll still do 1 stitch across. And then back up. And I'm going to go within. So now I'm about to go onto my collar again. And I'm just going to go like within an inch here of the shoulder or so, like that. All right. But Bernini is a really good machine, Rachel. You can't really go wrong either. Okay. All right, so I'm going to clip my, wait, I actually want to see, did I get my pivot on the seam there? And I did pretty good. Makes me a little nervous because that's a seam. All right, if you have a curve here, you're probably going to want to clip this. I don't really, so I'm just going to leave it right now because we're going to clip that. Okay, now, get my steps, make sure I don't miss anything. All right, and then now, yeah, we can clip right here to where we stop sewing. So wherever you stop sewing, clip through all layers. It's a lot of dress. Right here, clip up to that point, right? Right here, clip. All right. And now we're just gonna sew the facing to the top collar only and my interfacing, right? So we're gonna separate the collar apart. So here's my top collar, here's my under collar, here's my top collar, my interfacing, and the facing. And we're gonna sew these together. So I'm gonna peel it back like this. I'm gonna start right where I stopped and sew this right sides together. This is how I do it differently. There's probably someone in the world that does it like this. I don't know. I figured this out myself. I'm not saying I invented any sort of voodoo or anything, but I just unthreaded my needle. I think at least with the Bernini, you can have that the rest of your life. I think my mom would still have hers. Oh, actually, I think she had hers for, God, I don't know how long. I can't remember if that's what she lost in the fire or not. Oh, gosh. My binding isn't trimmed close to the facing, so I was using it as the the edge. All right, so we're just doing those 3 together, right? So there we go, facing to collar. All right, and let me do it on my other one. Top collar, get rid of this pin here. To facing. I like doing it inside the collar. It's a lot easier to get close to where I stopped stitching. Let's trim this binding. All right. And now we're going to take the under collar and sew it to the shirt. All right, or whatever you're sewing it to. Me, it's a dress. So now, see, these are separate, right? The facing is to the top collar, right? This is my top collar. Here's my under collar. This is my dress. So now we're going to take just the under collar and sew it to the dress or the shirt, whatever you're doing. And again, I do it from the inside the collar. It's a lot easier to butt right up against my sewing so that the sewing line will still be a continuous seam. Pretty sure steps like this would work also for like a notched collar. I should get the Donnie and I'll see if we can do these same kind of steps because I can't remember. I could be wrong though. Don't quote me on that. I sometimes Pollyanna it, you know. I'm like, oh, we can do this, and then I'm like, no, you can't do that. It has a different pattern piece. So you're forgetting about that. You're smoothing over the rough edges, Saremy. All right, so up there. And see, I'm just stopping right where my last stitch was for all this. Okay. All right, and now all that's left is to turn under the top collar, right? And see, see the reason we clipped that first clip where when we sewed our facing to the collar and we clipped it right there, the reason we did that is so that we can push this seam allowance into the collar, right up there. So the seam allowance below that is going to be down into the facing, and the seam allowance past that will be up into the collar. And you want all of that, so make sure you pull this apart and push it all in there. You want it nice and tidy, right? So make sure you get it all in there. Like, just give it a good tug, you know, get it in there, all right? And see, now you won't have to worry about getting that little cut right there, which looks so messy. It's like the telltale sign, you know, of home sewing it. And over here too, so see, I'm gonna press that up into the collar. That's why you get that clip right where you stop sewing. And we butt up all of our seams. And if it's not turning up there, like this one here, clip it. I have to clip it a little deeper. There we go. All right. Here we go. I just kind of fiddle with that a little bit before I start pinning the rest of it. Look at it on both sides. I feel like that, there we go. I had one layer that was folding down. Now that looks a lot nicer. All right, so now, yep, it's all twisted. Now you just need to fold under this top collar here, and you just want to fold, make sure you keep all this flat. And one really great way to do that is to pin down the middle of your collar. This way you don't get any kind of, especially if you didn't top stitch it. You'll definitely want to do this. It'll help. So I do on waistbands too. So then I make it nice and flat, right? I'm kind of pulling, make sure all those layers are pushed flat and pulled out. And then turn under this edge. And we're going to edge stitch it. Now, we don't have to really worry about how this looks because it's against the back of our neck on the inside. And the other side of the stitching is going to be under the collar here. So you don't have to stitch in the ditch from the outside. Nobody sees it. It's the under the collar. So I would just turn this under and edge stitch it. And there's just no, you don't have to worry about anything doing it this way. All of it's going to work no matter what. So yeah, I'm kind of addicted to Hong Kong finish on all my facings right now. Or as Sydney calls it, honk honk. I feel like that's such a kid thing, you know? My daughter said bathing soup and soup case for years because we didn't correct her partly. We loved it. We still call it that. You can iron all this too and not even pin it, you know? I'm just haven't gotten up to go to the iron yet. Okay, so Terry, it's interesting you bring that up because me and Aisha learned at that show about why certain machines don't sew very straight when they because they're zigzag. So you know how my whole idea of like, oh, I really wish I would have known I was gonna, you know, not have chicken boots, because I bought this when I still had chicken boots, but for literally right at the end. And I didn't buy this to stream. It was my very first brand new industrial too. And I've said, oh, I wish I would have just gotten in a zigzag because I could do both. Well, apparently that zigzag wouldn't have sewn straight very well. Yeah. And it's, she explained it to us, and maybe Aisha can explain it because we were both like, oh. Okay, so now I'm going to, so I'm going to edge stitch this, and then I do think that stitching in the ditch right here is a good idea too. But you can, I'm going to decide, I can't remember which way I like to do it from. So I'm just going to edge stitch this collar down. They are different, yeah. Because wasn't it you, Aisha, saying that your machine, like, it does the stitch side, not sideways, but a little bit off? Or is that, it was you, right, saying that? Or is it Shelva? Yeah, I am, Terry. That's exactly what I'm recommending. I want a Juki TL zigzag now. Do they make one of those? All right, so let's see how we're doing here. There we go. That looks nice. Let's turn it right side out. Kind of, I haven't checked my slit either, my V right here. Oh, I didn't do an understitch yet on my facing. I should do that too. Oh, actually, I was thinking about stitching my facing down. All right, let's think about that. All right, so let's see. Because we want that facing to stay in there. So see, that's how our stitching looks on the right side, which is fine. Nice, Tiffany. Yeah, don't get rid of your straight stitch. Okay, I need to press that. So there we go, there's our little camp collar pop over. So let's press this, make it look a little nicer. It's so hard when I doing the pullover, I can't like lift the dress up, you know? Actually, let's do this. Pull it away like this and sew on the inside maybe. Maybe I'll do this. That's a good strategy. I'm trying to figure out a good strategy here. I'm going to press this just open, kind of flat. I think it'll press to the inside a little better. It's falling off the board there. All right. See. I hope my blues right here line up. Ooh, kinda. Almost. I mean, we're kind of past that now, aren't we? Well, I haven't understitched it, so I could fiddle with it. This top stitching is sort of interacting with that spot in an interesting way. This is okay, right? It's a little wider right here than here. I think that if I try and fuss with it, I could make it worse. Always the risk. Okay, so if you didn't see, I did such a really shallow collar. So let me, ooh, I have a ton of stuff over here. All right, so see how my collar is way up high here and not down to here? Like normally your collar would come to here at a point, right? You button up. So if you have one that's lower and you're feeling like this is pulling apart right here, like it just feels like, oh no, right here, the space between that first sew together and here, see how I could stick my finger in there? That's what I would stitch in the ditch. And if you can just stitch it in the ditch where it's open and no one will see it because the collar covers it up. So yours might be a lot more because your collar is deeper. I just want to show you that. This is so cute. Do I want to understitch the facing or top stitch it down? Okay. I'm fussing, I'm thinking and fussing. Oh, the tag. Oh, that's okay. I have a facing. Oh no, I don't have a facing. Ah! That's funny. I have all these tags pulled out and everything. I love this one. Ooh, that is zoomed in. But it's off-white, and I guess it could work. I thought this one went really well, too. I'm really zoomed in, aren't I? Nice, Terry. No, I think a tag would be nice. I could just pull out those stitches and stick it in there. I'm excited that you're going to use your treadle. See, these are too white, like the tag. But I like the rainbow flowers. This one says, I'm probably thinking about sewing the dream one. Yeah, this one's cute, isn't it? So true. This one's finished on all sides. So I could stitch it to the seam allowances. You know? Like this. Would that be kind of weird? I think that's kind of weird. What? Julie is always here to stir stuff up. I can't see my stitches. I liked Justine's typo on her Love Notions Harmony top. I was like, where is Julie? Why hasn't Julie commented on this? Because what she miscalled Love Notions was pretty funny. Yes, you are. And you love it. I can't see my stitches because of this white line that's printed on the fabric. And I stitched kind of on it. You saw. I knew you had. That's pretty funny. Okay. Thanks for the reminder. A little late, you guys, but it's okay. There's really not much seam allowance on these. All right. Rectified. Let's get rid of all these threads. And there you go. All right, and so the stitch in the ditch I'm telling you guys about, or this little spot right here, where you can stick your finger in the hole there, right here. I'm gonna pull this apart and just stitch that little bit there. Mine's so small I don't really need to, but I just thought I'd show you so you don't forget. I think mine would look kind of better without it, but we'll put it in there. There we go. And it's covered up just like that. Understitch the facing, Terry said. All right, all right. Or do you mean the typo way, Amy? Boy. Ooh, the sun's coming out. I think stitch in the ditch works better on with a really fine needle and fine thread too. There we go. I might stitch in the ditch right here. You know, oh, let's get rid of this thread here. I'll also secure this with my shoulder here. So we have 3 more stitch in the ditch to do. There's a stitch in the ditch foot. Oh my God, Terry, you know everything. Okay. Get this all nice and flat. I just have the sleeves and the hem. We did so much on Thursday compared to today. Okay, so I'm going to stitch in the ditch here. Dicey. Kind of wish it wasn't the dark blue right here, you know? Like, it would be nicer if it was a lighter blue, lighter. Try and pull this apart best I can. I could also do this on the inside to like the seam allowance. That looks good. That's fine. And then let's do it on the shoulders to get the facing here. Get that nice and flat. Am I going to catch it? Yep, that's it right here. All right, good. This is the only, you know, when I first worked with teenagers and sewing and like they were learning to sew, one thing that was pretty universal for them is they were really worried that their sewing would just fall apart, you know? Like they just didn't understand how what they were doing was actually going to work. And I'm like, no, your stitch length is too short, because I provided the free service of seam ripping. So I knew this firsthand, that they would put the stitch length so close together. I'm like, okay, I can't take this apart. And, but I will say the one thing that consistently comes apart for me is this right here, the stitch in the ditch of a facing to a shoulder. And I think that this is just one of those things that it is too much strain on it. It doesn't matter if I go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I guarantee like 2 years from now, this is what will fall apart on the dress. I don't know why. And you know, it makes sense. Like this, it's getting pulled around inside. It's getting rubbed on by your shoulders and the wear. This is the weight of the whole, the garment is from that point, you know? But it is kind of a funny thing. And stitching never just comes apart, you know? I feel like it's barely reaching there. It really is. Okay, so we're gonna do this like right here. Right in this. All right, invisible. Okay, let's attach the sleeves. I get to do the cuffs on the sleeves. I've never done that before here. Of course I'm doing French seams. I've never done French seams on a cuff sleeve before. Can I do that? Hi, Jackie. I haven't seen you in a bit. How's it going? Nice to see you. Do you want help proving that, Aisha? Oh, here, let me go over my sleeve here. Oh, I ran out of bobbin. I checked earlier. You saw me. I knew it was going to be this stream. I've been sewing so much on this garment. Double top stitching all the seams, you know, so. I was thinking about cutting out, I'm wearing the Esmond pants today, the Cashmere Club pattern that I did that video for. And while they are a little bit hard to like coordinate with things in my wardrobe because it's the print, I love wearing these things. I just love the way they feel. I love how high they are. I love the way they feel. The only like fit thing for me is that they're too low in the back. And I noticed that in the photos too. You know, maybe it's the elastic. I don't know. But, and I modeled one of the 2 pairs of jeans I made before Sew Expo. I modeled it after the Esmonds. I always like playing with a pattern after I've sewn it once. But anyway, I realized I didn't go through all the canvas I bought for Sew Expo. And I was like, oh, I could make another pair. And I think partly it's the canvas. I really like the canvas, you know? Okay, so here's my sleeve, and this is what I'm planning on doing. This is what see how the side seam looks like this, or the underarm, sorry, not side seam. So this is how it works. It gets folded up. Why is that a little bit off? Let's see, it gets folded like this, right? Folded like that. And then it'll fold like this when I'm wearing it. I couldn't choose the fabric placement. We got what we got. And so then it'll look like a little cuffed sleeve. So that's the plan here. And I think I'm going to, maybe I'll just turn it under. So let's just turn under this edge actually. I keep wrestling my mic. Oh, I'm sorry. Thanks for telling me. I'll just move it. It's on the placket. The placket's rubbing against it. I'm sorry. I sewed this one already, wrong sides together. But I'm just going to press this under right now. We'll just do it along the this little stripe here. Stripey do. I rarely pre-press, but when it's a small circle, why not? Make it easy. Get rid of some of these wrinkles. Because then we're going to hem it, right? But we need to do the underarm first. Oh, we can press this while we're here. You know, who's up for suing all of the shoemakers that have shoelaces? What do you guys think? I am really sick of my shoes that have laces coming untied. I don't think I should have to bow knot them and then tuck them under the laces on my shoe. But that's where I'm at. I'm going to fall one of these days, and I'm going to be mad because it's going to be my shoelaces. You guys up for that? Can we do just like a class action? All shoemakers? And the other person are the people who do Velcro. And they put the Velcro on with the sticky side up. That just collects hair and lint. Oh, cool, Aisha. I can't wait to see it. I just got that TL Jackie. It's pretty cool. I've never done a French seam. I don't think I have. I hope this works. You don't, yeah, well, sometimes shoes come with laces. I don't either for the most part, but like I'm wearing some waterproof shoes right now. I love them, but they have laces. They're better than, like I have Vans. A good example, Elena. I have Vans with laces and I have Vans with Velcro, and they are both a problem. Oh, thanks. It's called the turret. I love that. Okay, so now I'm going to fold this up so we can hem it. I haven't done one of these in forever. Sorry, I'm a little clunky at it. Let's see, where's my fold line at? It's going to be right here. Yeah, this is it. Yeah. And I want to fold my seam allowance toward the front. I just sometimes want the shoe that I find. What kind of shoes do you like to wear, Elena? Give me a good shoe brand. I don't want something too formal. I'm a Vans type of gal. Okay, so that looks even all the way around, right? I mean, the thing is, Elena, for like 30 years, I wore dance coat. I wore clogs day and night. I was a full-time bike commuter in clogs. I'm getting away from clogs. So it's a kind of a big difference in some ways, right? Because clogs don't even have a heel. Like even the heeled ones, it's a slip. You used to wear slip-on Doc Martens. Doc Martens could work. They're kind of heavy. I have a old pair of Doc Martens. They look like bowling shoes. I bet they're not a very common one. I don't know why I have them. I love them though. Yeah, I get that too, Aisha. All right, so let's We'll do one all the way through. I think I'm going to edge stitch the cuff. Why is this thing freaking me out there? Slip-on Vans. Okay, that's such a fair point, Elizabeth. I don't really like the slip-ons. I'm difficult, I guess. I really like a good quality shoe too, because I have to wear orthotics. That's the other thing. I have orthotics and they are no joke. They're really thick. I like Allegras. I like Keens. I like Merrell's. Doc Chelsea boots. All right. Oops, wrong way. Too bad I couldn't have positioned the ruler for the cuff a little better, huh? Maybe I could have interfaced this. This doesn't look as cute as it did in muslin, does it? Maybe it'll be cuter on. I just don't notice it. All right, well, let's just leave that and we'll finish this one. You find the Vans too narrow. Yeah, that's interesting. Because I can't do narrow either. I have a black pair of Vans and they're Velcro, and oh my gosh, I want to write a strongly worded leather because they put the tacky part, the rough side of the Velcro up on the shoe, and then the soft side is on the tab. And the rough stuff has everything in them. Everything. It's everything that I come in contact with in my life. Hair, dog fur, cat fur, thread, right there on top of my black Vans. And I'm like, what were they thinking? Crocs have stepped it up. I don't know about a plastic shoe though. I just can't do that either. You know? Okay, wait, where's the front? Is this the front? This is the front. So we're gonna press the seam allowance. Oh, well, it doesn't actually matter, but I'm just doing this first one here. Weirdly, I went to buy a new pair of shoes a couple months ago. And I am wearing Danskos right now, but they're waterproof lace-up shoes. You'd never know they were Danskos. They're really nice. And the laces are better than the Vans. My problem with the Vans, they stay tied, but they are a mile long. Like, what? Why? Why? Oh, I did not match that very good. I didn't cut it very good either. Minivans. The car. Easy Spirit. I haven't heard of that. Okay. Where's the fold? Here it is, right here. Yeah, at the end of this. Yeah, I used to wear Keds. There's just not enough support for that. The heel's too low, I think, for my orthotics, too. I love Keds. They're really cute. They've probably come a long way, though. I should check them out. Just, sorry, can you see what I'm doing? Just hemming the inside here. Get this folded right. Where am I folding this? Oh, up here. Okay, yeah. Birkenstock, Flux, Limbs, and Soft Star. I'm not sure what those. Yeah, the Birkenstock has a negative heel, and my Achilles tendons are bent, so I'm a toe walker. I would love for those. Finally I bought these at the Birkenstock store. There's a Birkenstock store here. Actually in Paradise too, which is, I know that doesn't sound crazy to you guys, but it is because, you know, the whole town burned down. But the fact that we actually have a shoe store here that's actually decently stocked, I definitely wanted to support it. I sometimes trim my threads before I finish sewing the seams so that I don't get them caught in there and then they're really hard to, you know, like trim later. That's okay. I'll try that. I haven't heard of those brands, Naomi, besides the obvious one there. All right. I don't know why I'm folding this. Let's put the sleeve on. All right. This is the back of the sleeve. So that means it goes this side. I'm doing a French seam set-in sleeve here. I'm French seaming the sleeve because the sleeve was cut on grain. While the cap is, you know, there is a lot of bias here. It's very tempting to knot. But at the underarm and at the cap, they would get thready. We'll just do it. We're here. The seam isn't long enough yet, right? Kind of is. All right, let's get, oh. I need to put a shearing stitch in, and this is what I do now, thanks to Terry. I use this shearing foot. I use this shearing foot. I'm so into this now. I love it. I'm not gonna lie though, the needle in that hole makes me 100% nervous every time I check it. I'm like, okay. All right, so I started sewing this there. So this just gathers the fabric a little bit. And it's just the right amount. Oh yeah, yeah, you would have to, Naomi. Yeah. Feet are important. See, look at that. It doesn't create tucks. This, yeah, you do it before you set in the sleeve. Sorry, I just started setting it in. I was being all cocky. I don't know why, but. Did any of you see that crazy technique that Kenneth King showed the other day where he roughs the edge, roughs it up? Is that what I want to say? He, to get the, oh my gosh, let me form a sentence. Instead of using a easing stitch, he has a canvas cover on his ironing board, and what he does is he goes like this. He scrapes his sleeve along it, and it oh, no one commented. I had seen it on Instagram. So I had never seen that before. I commented on his, so maybe I just didn't notice. Maybe I just didn't notice it in the guild because I saw it on Instagram. That's funny. I'm skeptical too, but I think that works because, you know, he's got a canvas ironing board. But yeah, kind of interesting. Never seen that before. I've seen some crazy, like, I know a lot of people say, oh, just scrunch it up behind the presser foot and stuff like that. And I need to see a tutorial on that. I don't really know how that works. But this works really good. I need to decrease my stitch length here. This works, look at this. I've pinned that at the notch at the top. Look, perfect. Perfect. So I'm going to stitch down these tucks. I'm going to hold them down, or these little gathers. It doesn't matter if I get tucks in this step. It's the next step. We don't want them, and we won't get any. The final seam is the one that we see, that shows to the world. The reason I smooth these down is that I don't like it when you're doing this, when you have tucks like this, and you have a big tuck and it goes like this, right? It folds over, and then you don't catch it, and then you can get this little bit of a fold and raw edge. So you have some folds, right? So I have the gathering, right? And if you don't push them towards the needle and get them perpendicular here, what can happen is it'll go like this. You'll push it away, you'll stitch it on, and you'll have this. Now that is in the the outer part, the part that shows to the world. This right here is our seam line, just on the other side of that stitch line. So that's why I push these toward the foot there. But look at, no pins, no nothing. I mean, I did one pin. I always do one at the cap here and one at the underarm usually. So it works in tightly. Well, yeah, I think it was kind of situational. All right, so let me do the other one, and then we'll iron and trim. Okay, so I do a pin here, underarm, and a pin here up at the shoulder. See, here's my, there it is. There's my cut right there. I have a very forward cap. Most of my cap's on the back of the sleeve. And see, when I go like that, how it fits in there? That's all I need to know. That's good enough. I won't need any pins. It's too big of a seam allowance. There we go. I only have 1/2 inch for my French seam, which is, I'm not very good at that. I like 5/8. And so now again, like I said, see how I have all these tucks right here? I push them toward the foot and keep them perpendicular. It's okay if those fold over. That's fine. We can stitch those down into tucks. We just don't want them to go like this, right? But you can see the stitch line here, there's no tucks on that, and that's what we want. We don't want any tucks there. Then we're guaranteed to get a nice smooth sleeve. And this is the foot. I totally forgot what it did. Terry had to tell me. She goes, that's a shearing foot. It has this little step in it. Isn't that crazy they figured this out? People are amazing. Engineers are amazing. Like, gosh, it's so cool. I just think that's the coolest thing. All right, so let's go over to the iron. And we're gonna also trim the seam allowance a little bit. I'm getting hungry. Trim it down a little bit. Wait, Terry, you don't have one of those? I thought you said you use one of those all the time. My gosh. You were like literally watching me use that thing that day, and then you were like, hey, thought you could use it for putting on a sleeve. I thought you did that. That's so funny. Yeah, I got that one from Waywack. One of those times where I was just like, ugh, I'm so close to $100 for free shipping. I try not to force things like that because you end up just spending more, right? So I'll just sometimes put things in my cart and wait until they total that amount. But that time I think I was buying something and I feel like it was purposely priced so that I couldn't make the free shipping. Okay, now we're just gonna press this. I'm gonna press the heck out of it. So it's nice and flat. Anyone doing So Frugal this month? I'm actually sponsoring it. I feel terrible. I've been a really bad sponsor. I mean, I gave things, but it started and got launched while I was at So Expo. So it just wasn't really something on the forefront of my mind. I was so distracted with that. And I think it's a really great challenge. It's put on by Frugalissima and the Yorkshire Sewing Girl. Last day is tomorrow, but there's a ton of prizes. And you just have to use stash or free fabric and a free sewing pattern. You can make the pattern. That works too. And there's like a blog tour. There's a ton of, like 60 sewing YouTubers participating. Well, immediately when you told me about that turret, I was like, oh, I'm putting this shearing foot on there. If it's not going to get in my way to sew, you know what I mean? Like, it's not worth it if it's going to get in my way. Because if it incrementally costs me time constantly while I'm sewing because it's in my way, I would rather just swap the foot out. And that's fine. I've done that for forever, you know? Okay. See how I always put this in the shape? So this is the base of this is the side seam and the armhole. I always put this in the shape and press it. That way you're getting the seam stacked right on top of itself. You get a more likely success rate for that, you know? Ooh, I'm excited. I knew I did this one really close. I trimmed it really close. We'll just resew that real quick. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. You have to use a free pattern that is acceptable to everyone. What? No, you don't. For So Frugal? You can do whatever you want. If you go to Frugalissima on Instagram, she has the rules. And I think she posted the show your work in progress today, and there if you swipe there's the rule slide. But as long as it's free, she's all about using your stash and free patterns. Oh, it must be free for everyone. Oh, I guess why they let me do that last year was that I showed how to draft the camisole. That was my entry last year. So it was free for everyone because I showed how to draft it. That's what it was. And this is my entry this year because I did technically show you guys how to draft this too. So yeah, that's fine too. All right. Oh wait, is this the one that has the bit that's, nope, it's fine. All right, now we're gonna enclose it and we'll just stay to the left of our stitching. So here's the drawback about this. I know Ray's gonna be like, no. You can't really take out the stitch, the shearing stitch. It's in there for life. And I do love removing that shearing stitch, the easing stitch when I usually do it. This one little thread right here. What's that? Okay. You can't even see the easing anymore. Look at that. It's crazy. I thought so too. I know that last year asked about it because I was one of the people in their like vlogger tour. See, I have a little hole right here. Yeah, maybe towards the beginning of the month they go over more of the rules in detail. All right, now we can sew that in there. We're getting to the hem, you guys. Can you believe it? Are you still here? Are you just here for the reveal? Do you guys want to see the hem, or do you want me to just show you later? One of the weird things about Sew Expo is I did the seam finish class, which I actually really loved. And I will do more classes like that for sure. It was great. And I didn't have like a ton, I don't have like all these examples of all these seam finishes, you know, on garments that aren't mine, you know, meaning like, it's one thing to just be like, here's the Hong Kong finish, but we don't see it used where where it can be used. It's kind of like, okay, whatever. So I had all my clothes out there on the table, which is kind of weird for me. But at the same time, I think it's really great to see like, oh, this is where you can use this multiple different ways too. I would love to have more of a library of clothes that aren't mine, you know? So you want to see that? Okay. All right, so let's see how this is looking. My little cuffed sleeves. They would be fine uncuffed too. Yeah, this is looking really cute. I'm pretty excited. The blue and the blue, it's kind of cool. I've got more green on the sleeves, so I managed to get more green in there. Oh yeah, I saw that, Jan. Yeah, that was some tea for sure. Yeah. I think that, I don't really want to discuss it here on my channel, just so you know. I don't want to discuss that here. So we've talked about it a little bit in the guild, but you guys can check out the video if you want, but I definitely was very shocked by that too. Like my husband watched that with me and we were just like, so anyway. Oh, oh yeah. I almost wore that today, Anne. That's so funny. The assembly line crop jacket. I'm telling you, the fit of that jacket, the way the rag, because it's a true raglan where she puts a seam down the center of the sleeve, which is the best way for a raglan to fit. Love it. I still have this idea of making a short jacket with that. I think it'd be really cute. With a gathered waist, kind of mimicking this other jean jacket I saw in Pattern Chatter. All right, where's I am at now? All right, so here we go. We have, let's see, this is my center front now. So we can sort of seam this together. I think I would say that's like a 1/2 inch seam. So yeah, same, Anne. Okay. Do I take a chance where this, okay, I'm gonna take a chance here. Let's see. Like that. And remember wasn't that little jacket were you and I looking at that jacket, Terry, this smitten jacket? Is that what it was? A little jean jacket, but it had the elastic hem, which I loved. I want to do that with the crop jacket. I just want to lengthen it so that I can do that. I think it would be really cute. All right, so here's my binding. Here's my problem area. Is this okay here? This I think is going to have to be okay. So it's just this area right here. All right, so we have, I'm going to trim this down. Okay, that's that. We're going to get this. I'm confident. But man, it's a quilted hem at this point. Okay, here's my 2 pieces that I have. This is what I'm missing right here. Okay. Okay. Do we have it? All right, so. Wait, this is right? Yeah. Okay, that's that. All right. Okay. So we have that matching there. Yep. Yes. Okay. And then we can cut this like this. We have this one here. Okay. Let's sew these together. We'll go like this far. Let's see how that is. We're really piecing this, aren't we? Okay. Oh, I did not do a great job. All right, let's see. Here. Can we let that slide? I don't know. Well, maybe we could just get it to here. That's what we'll do. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's what we'll do. All right, so we're going to cut this like this. And this one right here. Okay. And so now we have that. Thanks, Monica. You've made a smitten? Oh, I want to see. I think it's cute. You always make cute stuff, Fiona. Yeah, I'm too hungry right now, Monica. I have to just be like, okay, power through. I don't have the hubs making me dinner tonight either, you guys. I'm on my own. I don't know what I'll do. Usually what I do, that worked, is I have a head of kale and a fried egg. That's my go-to dinner. I love, that's like my favorite dinner. Okay. It's like, you know, it'll be fine when it's all sewn. And what about here? Okay, we have this. This is right over here. Okay, so we're really not missing much here. We're missing this little tiny sliver. Like such a freaking tiny sliver. You know, like maybe I could, I just think that might look kind of messy. This is selvage, by the way. This whole thing right here is selvage. So, just to get your bearings, that's what we have. Not on camera, thank you. Why is it so dark, too? Okay, so this is what I just sewed. Yeah, it's all, it'll look nicer, I promise, Anne. Yeah, it's, I'm just trying to find the match, the counter match, honestly. Okay, so we just need this right here. What is that? That is ruler. That is just the white ruler. We don't need color ruler. Oh, hello. Okay, we have this. It's kind of dark. Let's see, can we do it? Yeah. See, what happens is, like I have this piece of this right here, but we want it to be like that. We don't even want it like that. We want it like, something like, I don't even know. That doesn't work though. That it? Need that piece. Okay, I think I will just use this and that. It kind of is this orange that we need right here. I'm a little confused by what I need right here. This. I have that. That's what I need right there. I'm cutting. I don't know, do I have it? I don't know. We're making this work. We're making this work. I mean, you know. Oh, the Edie top by So Over It. Did I tell you guys I made 2 pound cakes last week? They are both gone. All right. Oh, I still have my my belt too. This looks kind of bad. That's what we got. Maybe if we could do that, maybe I could line that up a tiny bit better. That's right, this selvage, this little pink square. I'm just going to try and line this line up to that. That's it. And then we're going to go to the iron and we're going to try and get this all on here. I'm not even going to take this whole seam out. I'm just going to force it to match. So we need this to be right here, right there. What does that look like on this side? Okay. That's not better at all. Let's take it out. Did you make your own birthday cake, Tiffany? What's your favorite birthday cake? Are you talking about that right now? I made chocolate pound cake. I made chocolate swirl pound cake and a plain one. And I did the Rose Levy Barenbaum. She has the cake Bible. Really good. That's it right there. Okay. Up the hump. Oh. I need to get a So Steady table for my TL. Okay, that's better. Okay. Holy! Really piece this thing together. Okay, let's see. How far do we have into here? This is over here, so that's like a 1/2 inch seam. So let's just put this together with a 1/2 inch seam. I'm pulling this off, you guys. All right, to the iron. You're making my own, but my spouse also bought cupcakes. Aww. All right, I'm just gonna press some of this crazy quilt I've got here. You know, thanks you guys for being here and tuning in. I really appreciate it. The fact that you'll watch me sew something that is not a store-bought pattern, I really appreciate that. I'm glad. I won't put you through the torture of something like this every time, I promise. Let's just look at all of our little pieced together seams here and get them nice and smooth. Thanks, Anne. I'm glad. Yeah. I think I'll do more things like that, but maybe a little more accessible than how crazy I made this thing. But I'm glad to hear it. And just so you all know, I'm starting to focus back on Fittopedia. Sorry, it took a little bit of a hiatus. My dog got really sick, and I lost her in December. And we were literally like, it was a full-time thing. Like, we were feeding her every like hour and a half or something by tube. And the holidays and my daughter's birthday, Thanksgiving. And then I wanted to really focus on Sew Expo, and I just knew I couldn't, both those things were very important to me. So I didn't want to do each of them kind of, you know, halfway. I'm really excited about Fittopedia, and I left it in a good spot. Like, I was pretty much all done with the next section of the PDF, which is the hard part. The videos are going to like make themselves because the PDF is well, like thorough, you know? So I'm going to get it back on track this week, and I should be able to make some really good progress on it now. So, and the next section is like the shoulders and neck, but hopefully we'll be able to do other sections faster. So just so you know, not Loki, Molly. Yeah, Loki's an only pug now. Well, this didn't get sewn here. Is this a center seam here or something? Is that why? Did I do this? No, I didn't do this one here. Yeah, she ended up getting stomach cancer. So she wasn't the youngest of dogs, but I was definitely not ready for that, you know, like I did not see it coming. So, you know, it just was a lot. All right. So I don't want to lose where this goes on my, my dress. It's a little funky. So let's try and line this up. Oh my gosh, you guys. I could have just cut it like this. Let's not talk about it. Didn't I kind of know that? Didn't I start that way and then I was like, oh no, I can't do it. Oh, whatever. Let's check it all out. Look at this Funkorama right here. This is matching right here, but this right here. What's going on right there? I am right? I would have done, if I could have done that. Let's see. Are you going to, Aisha, do you think? Make your project bag? Oh no, we don't want this right sides together. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We want this wrong. Okay, let's not get this confused. We want this wrong sides together. Like this. Look at this. Look at this piece. So we want it like this. Oof, this is even more confusing. I hate to say it. That makes more sense. Okay. Okay. Let's go sit at the sewing machine. Oh, that's good, Aisha. I'm glad. Oh, you did, Anne? I'm so glad to hear that. Oh, it is dumping rain all of a sudden. All right, so let's see how we're lining this up. This cannot be how that goes together, right? It goes right here. Pretty sure. So I'm doing this right sides together. And then pull, I mean, right side to the inside. Yeah, I do, Anne. They're on my website. If you go to my website, which is so.live, if you go there and then, why is this not fitting now? I'm a little nervous, you guys. In the shop tab, I think it says materials and kits. Your sewing machine wasn't happy. Oh. Yeah, I get it. Am I matching this up wrong? Oh, I am. This is hard. Okay, we're going to stick to lining it up by the seams. All right. Okay. We're going to have to trust. I don't know how much trust I have right now. There's only so much. Look at this. Oh, man. This turns to here, turns to this side. Okay. Okay. This needs to be in the center, though, for sure. This funkiness right here. Maybe I need to check out over here. This is a side seam. It's a little loose right there. Wondering if I need to like make this a little smaller. Oh, man. I need some yoga, Monica. Ugh. This would have been so much easier if I didn't have so little fabric, you know? But it is what it is. I want it. I just want to know, is this right here, should I get rid of this or try and ease it? Okay, you need to get rid of it. Okay, I'm going to, where do I take this in at? I feel like it's right here, but that's so symmetrical, you know? I think I'll ease it. Yeah, I think I'm going to ease it. Look at that. Because look, it's barely making it over here too. All right, so let's get this side seam sewn. And then we're going to sew. We're going for it. We got this, fam. Why don't these match? Don't question it. All right. Where do I start? Let's start right here. No. Tell you what, I'm nervous for sure. There's a pin here. Where is it? Wine. Yeah, you guys have a glass of wine. I'm not going to worry too much about this pass because It doesn't have to technically match what it's sewing to. I'm going to backstitch over all these little seams right here. There's a pin there. You do, Julie? Oh, it's okay, you guys. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's just sewing, right? It's a luxury. This is a privilege that we get to do this. I think largely some of these pieces are not straight, and that's partly like what I'm dealing with, because they were the hem I cut off. Okay, this is what? The center front? No, side seam, and this needs to go this way. Press the seam that way, toward the front. Toward the front, Saremy. All right, a little bit of cut in my binding there. Okay, and then I'm going to open. No, I'll just move it this way, actually. It'll offset the thickness. Streaming is all about just talking to yourself. So, you know, a lot of people sew and talk to themselves, and see, streaming, if you do that already, streaming is perfect for you. Just saying. Now this one, I feel like I'm stretching a tiny bit. Okay, it's on. Let's press. Right, Jan? Exactly. Oh, let me turn the... Yeah, Monica, I bet you are. I do that actually a lot. I would probably be very stressful to be around for you, because I do it a lot. Okay. I still haven't checked it. We're going to press this first. We're going to call this the miracle hem. It does seem like a Eastery kind of dress too, you know. But man, the weather here is not conducive to wearing this dress. I wish you could hear the rain. It's amazing. See the curve in it? Oh man. Do you, Julie? Yeah, that's funny. One thing I do sometimes when I don't want to forget is I'll just say it out loud, you know, like anything from like if I've, you know, locked the door, I will say it, you locked the door out loud. And for some reason, if I'm upstairs and it's gotten dark and, you know, I'm home alone, all of a sudden I'll be like, oh, wait, is it locked up downstairs? And then I'm like, yes, you locked the door. Okay, is the magic starting to happen or what? Or what? Oh, look at this. I am flippin' excited. I'm so excited. I had this idea 20 minutes before I went live today. Mainly because I waited till this morning to try it on to make sure that the bias all got, you know, relaxed as much as possible. And I was like, huh, this dress is 4 inches too long. Look at all that extra fabric we have. Oh yeah, you do it with your iron. You know, Shem has the right idea with the, oh, see the rippling here though? This is that non-straight area. He has it set so that he can use his phone to turn that plug off. So if he's not at the house, I like that because this is up here, you know, I can't just run up here. All right, so now this is my worst spot right here. Oh, I just might cry. Let me get some pins. I'm so happy. I do want to like edge stitch this too, or yeah, I want to edge stitch it. This was a group effort, guys. Not for the iron though. I got to kind of push it down because that is my raw seam right there, you know? I'll take that. Okay, just doing the like landmarks first. It's close. I think the optical illusion of it, the eye will complete some of these lines that don't match up. Let's just press this the other way. I always forget that pressing it one direction will make it turn to one side better than the other. It is so dumping out there. Dumping. Dang. I'll tell you what, if the hem isn't the right length, oh well. I'm going to wear this all Pride Month. I might find a parade to walk in. Okay, it's close. It's not lining up though. Look, see? We'll try and get it. I think it'll be fine though. Yep, exactly. We've gotten a lot of storms this year. I think I need to press this the other way. Just trying not to let this side peek out, you know? It's kind of a speak now or forever hold your peace moment. Maybe I should edge stitch that first. I feel like I should. The Crayola marker hem guide is actually kind of nice. Get over there a little bit, please. Oh, it's not quite right, you guys. Is that going to bug us? I've got a lot of excess here. Maybe I need to trim some of this off. It's okay over here. We'll take it. Good. Look at this quilt. Look at all those pieces. Can't tell from far away. Yeah, I'm definitely easing and stretching a tiny bit. I don't want to like make it weird. This right here is a problem though. Look at this. It's probably one of those I didn't straighten completely out. We'll get it in there. I bet Michael is starting to drive soon. I hope it's not like this while he drives. It's bad. I don't mind driving in the rain. I think that just comes from living in Humboldt County for so long, but I do mind the other people who are driving in the rain with me because they're awful. You know, some of them are just not great at it. Here's my problem area right here. We'll get it in. There's a seam right here, by the way. That one's actually my best one, I think. Doesn't line up to that, though. All right, getting there. This is probably going to be something I'll be very, like, I'll think about this for a long time. It'll be one of my things I've made, favorite things. It's a little unsatisfying how hard I had to work to get the pieces of fabric, though. I kind of wish I could have done this without that constraint. Can you shorten the seam before the mismatch? Maybe it will fit in. I'm wondering, Anne, like the problem with that is that it's this juncture right here, and I don't have seam allowance much on one of them. Like I can't make this smaller because this is symmetrical. The problem is this piece here is curved. It's the former hem. I think it'll be okay eased in, especially when it gets that narrow. We'll see. I think we're ready to sew. Let's do it. You'd rather drive in snow than rain? I don't know about that. Snow is not too bad, but the whole time I'm not trusting if there's ice underneath. That's really nice of her, Aisha. Okay, where do we want to start? I don't even know where the front and the back are anymore. This is the back right here. Okay, that's what I knew it was green. So I'm going to edge stitch the bottom first because I would like my hem to be more consistent width than what I have pinned right now. This will give me an opportunity to kind of pull on the under edge there. Make sure it's not showing. So many seams right there kind of make it narrower. I got to remember to take home this little list of TV shows you guys gave me. So I can start putting them, like finding them and like putting them in like my next to watch so I don't forget. Okay, round one. It's a little loosey-goosey because of the bias. Yeah, ugh. What, you started Marcella yesterday. Marcella is a crime drama. It's on Netflix right now. And I was kind of saying, I've been watching it. I just watched the first 2 seasons. But she drives me crazy. And that's what I started off complaining about her yesterday. It's, yeah, I've kind of been into crime dramas again. So they gave me a whole list of ones I hadn't heard of. I may have watched them. I just have to go check because I'm terrible with titles. I know some of the ones you guys mentioned I had watched. So you are, and okay, yeah. So just remember, I don't condone her. Just so you know too, you do learn more about her and like what's going on with her and stuff. I don't know. But yeah. I like the series. I like the storytelling. I like it feels like one season is dedicated to one long case that they're kind of teasing apart, you know? So it's good. It's good that way. I like it. But the way they left the second season, I'm like, what? What? Yeah, I like British crime dramas, exactly. NCIS. Wait, is that the one that originally took place in Las Vegas? No, that was CSI. I loved that. Not Las Vegas. Wait, wasn't it Vegas? I loved CSI when those first came out a long time ago. I'm going below this line because it doesn't look quite right, so. Look at that right there. Oh, cool, Aisha. Yeah, I'm wondering if I've seen or forgotten. I hope I haven't. I can't wait to see it. See, like, when I look at it, I'll know probably. I wrote it down, though. Here's my little list is right here. I have Belgravia, Happy Valley, Marriage, Trapped, Unforgotten, well, I don't know. Why did I write Endeavor down? I've watched that. Line of Duty. I haven't started that, Amy. How is it? Because the trailers, it is really hard to get an idea of what's happening in that. So I'll probably try that out. We watched Gentlemen. That was fun. I liked that. Me and Michael watched that one together. Oh, that's right. They did. There's also a new House of the Dragon season out, but I don't have HBO right now. We're almost there, you guys. Oh, I'm excited. I'll try that one too, because I have got that in my list. It looks good. The kinds of plots I don't like are the ones where you don't know if it's really happening or not. That's a little too unsettling for me. So some of those sci-fi things, I'm always like, that looks like one of those where you're like, nothing is real, you know? All right, you guys. What do we think? Let me zoom out a little bit. Yeah, I just said that about House of the Dragon, since that's the spinoff of Game of Thrones. Let's brighten it up a little bit. I'm going to do this. And then this. There we go. Oh, wait, what did Andrea say? 3 by 5 is worth more. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm definitely going to. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, that looks like it's up my alley. Okay, so let's see. Here's the back. Here's the front. Did we pull it off or what? Look at the hem. It's even better than I thought. Oh, side seam. I am really happy. I love a sewing challenge. I wish someone would call me up or like find me at the grocery store and be like, Miss Duffy, you need to come with us. And then I go there and they're like, we have this sewing problem and we need you to solve it. That'd be my dream. I love it. Okay, let's make my casing, which is right here. The fate of the world depends on this sewing problem. Sarah, Miss Dovey. Oh, man. All right, so when you have to do like a long belt or something, this is lightweight fabric. I always recommend you splice it with diagonal seams, and I'm going to show you why. It'll be less bulky and lay flatter. Oh, you guys are all so sweet. I got this fabric from Hearts, but I took all of it. I literally don't have any selvage right now, Anne, but I did show it at the end, towards the end of the drafting stream. I showed the selvage. It's Paintbrush Studio. Do you guys remember what it was called? There we go, Susan. Yeah, my museum. Wouldn't that be kind of fun to be like, if I ever had a museum of clothes, I'm telling you, my mummy costume, 100%. 100% would be in there. I pieced this together. Let me show you. I'll tell you what I did for this because I was very specific about this too, of course. And I really wanted the ends to be pink since the front, that's where the pink is. So let's try. Yes, this is definitely touch and go for a while. Yes, that's what I want. One of the Mission Impossible sewing. I mean, you know, I've told you guys I would love to sew something for outer space someday. That would be a bucket list thing. Not that I'm a space nerd. So if there's a sewer that is like a space nerd that has that bucket list, I would hand it to them because I get it. But that has been one thing I have wanted to do since I can remember. Like that is one thing I just have always wanted to do. I would just like a job solving problems. That's what I want. I used to get the hard ones when we would do like technical stuff. They would be like, oh, we have this project. We have this new fabric and we really want this. Can it be done? And they'd be like, I'm on it. Okay, so I'm going to sew this. I think I'm going to edge stitch it. So I'm going to first fold it in half like this. I had to think about where I would want to be approached in the wild, and I felt like the grocery store would be the one that wouldn't creep me out the most. What do you guys think? If the fate of your country depended upon you and the government came to you for assistance, where would you want to be approached? Would it be, like for me, I think it would be the ice cream section at the grocery store, you know? Granted, I don't really like when I close one of those freezer doors and there's someone standing there. It scares the crap out of me. But that would be the perfect place to be like, Miss Duffy, come with us. Okay, so that's my first pass. Well, let me try this on actually. Is it too long? It's a little long. Gosh darn it. I really want the pink to show. We're going to get rid of one of these. Maybe this. Let's get rid of this. I am hungry. How can you tell? You found it on Etsy? There you go. Am I getting punchy, Julie? I'm just trying on my thing right here, so I would like the pink to show. That's what I want, just like that. Okay, so we need to get rid of one little section, but we'll still iron it. We're gonna get rid of that. Look at, see, when you don't cut it on the bias, see all those threads? I'm telling you, bias doesn't fray. So now we're going to, yeah, I just don't want to take a chance turning this inside out. That's why I'm doing it this way. Not with all those seams. So if you have to do like a webbing strap, you have to make it, this is the way I would do it. It turns out amazing. I thought about this. I was an only child. I'm used to being alone, thinking about weird stuff like that, I think. We all have our egos, right, Eliza? And I sometimes like to think like, what would I really like, you know? I'm going to just cut this apart right now. There we go. You have a foot for this? Are you kidding me? Terry, one day I want a tour of your feet and I would like to see what they do. Even if you've already pre-done the sample and you just show it to us. Would you do that for me someday? I'd be doing you a favor because then you would have to use the feet you have not used yet because I bet you have some. The world would end. I would never believe him. Okay, there is that. I 100% am with you there. I watched way too much sci-fi and crime dramas to be like, heck no, I'm not going with you. I'm listening to The Fifth Wave right now. And I have a lot of trust no one going on for me right now. I'm like, oh no. Oh no. Oh, the tools for pressing. Oh yeah. I mean, I do have, that's true. My binding folders, that's a good, why didn't I just run this through the binding machine? Oh my God, you guys. I'm so dumb. I could have just put this through the binder. What was I thinking? I don't know how well it would do crosscut, but it is the right width. All right. Oh, wait, last one. So many threads. See, isn't the bias looking really appealing now? Oh my gosh, look at it. It's perfect on the numbers. What? I didn't plan that. That was lucky. I mean, I spent hours figuring that out. I can't see all of the chat, sorry. What's Monica talking about? Oof. A lot of this will just be hidden in my casing forever and ever, amen. Like all of this perfectly cut stuff. It's why I just put the pink on the ends. Okay. This is it, friends. We're getting there. Okay, let me just piece this back together. Shorter now. You would do that? I would love that. Wait, what? I'm hungry. If I would be, wait. If I were a vegetable, that would, if you were a vegetable, that would be, what? Okay. What's happening? Okay, I'm gonna just fold this end under. That's the end that'll poke out. And let's just see, let's see how well I can sew this. Let's get this in here. Get this thread in there. Okay. I don't have a whole lot of hope about starting right here on this end to sew, but let's try. If I go a little bit further on and then back up to the end, it works better. Okay, that worked. You ever start at the end and it just goes down into your feed dogs? That's what I was worried about. I don't get that as bad on the industrial, but like I do on a home machine, but still, it happens. And I don't like it happening, so. Yeah, that's true, Amy. You're probably right. I'm not 100% sure the crosscut would have behaved in there either. Not with all these seams. It would have taken me just as long because it would have been fussy, you know? This is the one I just sewed, so it's not as pressed. Okay. Again, no one will ever see this. It'll be inside the casing. Gotta get these threads in there. Okay, here's the pink. We're at the end. It's kind of nice. No zippers, no buttons or buttonholes. Draw cord, and then we're done. Oops, we just want this. Poke that all in there. Oh yeah, just like that. Bam. Okay, let's put it in. Oh, I could try my new, do you think this is, we could try my new gizmo. Did I just go all the way around? Will this fit? It will fit. Let's try it. Okay, cool, Terry. I can't wait to see that too. You guys posted a lot of stuff. I can't wait to see everything. Starting with Sydney's blouse, right? I need to get rid of this thread. Is this right side up all the way down? It is, okay. It won't stay that way though, right? Okay, so this is my new elastic thing. It's really firm, right? So the one thing I've discovered is that this right here, this whole thing is kind of big, but if you have a casing large enough, it will go in there. So this is probably 1 inch. So I think that I would guess that that's the size you would need. So if you were doing a really narrow elastic, like say on the hem of a sleeve, you might find it's too big because that casing won't be as wide as this. I just got tired of safety pins coming apart inside the casing, you know? So, but I've used a safety pin, works great. I also use this would work too because, oh no, this wouldn't work. This wouldn't work in this, so I have to use this. I'm glad this is working because that only works if it's flat. So if this is in a circle and it won't work because you can't bend that thing around the whole waist, you know? This is amazing. I love this thing. Wow. I think I should add an affiliate link for this. This thing is great. I wonder if I have. I can't believe how firmly it holds it. It's amazing. We're already there. This is awesome. I'm happy. Picked up a thread along the way. Almost threw that in the trash. All right, should we put it on the dress form? check it out. Did I just pull that out of the casing? No, okay, phew. All right, let me get this on the dress form. I'll put it full screen just a second. Ooh. Feels good to stand up and stretch my arms above my head. I like this quilting cotton. It's very nice. Like, I like the way it feels and how drapey it is. Okay. My dress form's smaller than me, just so you know. In fact, I think I'll get a pink bow when I'm wearing it. Ooh. Okay, I'll give you the far away look. I think I could have done a better job on the cuffs. Okay, so that's the far away rainbow. Oh man, that's so good. Oh gosh, see, I almost tripped because of my shoelace. It's the camera. I'm like trying to make it level. It's so good. She's got pockets. I think when I'm wearing it, maybe more of this pink will show, so it'll be more like, I don't know. I think it'll be more like this. I'm hoping. It was really hard to get just pink and see the... Yeah. I don't have a very tight on her. I like to arrange my gathers so that they're not on the sides, that they're just in the front and back. That's just my personal preference. Yeah, look at that. It's so good. Look at the hem. Can you even tell the hem? Oh yeah, you can see it. Meow. I'm so happy. Yay. She just might need a name. Cool. There's one of my filing cabinets. Yeah, thanks for sticking it out with me, you guys. You think the socials... Oh, well, let's see if I can post good enough pictures. We'll see. I need to try it on. It will measure up. Wait, what did someone's husband say? What was their... oh, that dress rules. This dress rules. It just looks so comfortable too. That's what I love about it. Is like it looks really cute, but it's comfortable. It just has the drawcord waist. Yeah. I can't wait to try it on. Well, thanks guys. Thanks for sticking through it. The inside looks really nice too. So good. I'm so glad it's done. I'm so glad I finally used this fabric. So one dress to rule them all. You win. I like that, Lucas. Oh yeah. Thanks, guys. I have nothing planned for April yet, but maybe we'll be doing the Donnie or something. So yeah. Yay. Well, if you make a pullover camp dress, I want to see it. Let me know. Tag me or send me a picture. So, or show it in the guild. So, yay. All right, guys. Have a good weekend. Happy Easter if you celebrate. And I'll see some of you in workshops next week. So, yeah. You just got the Donnie. Nice. Sophina. That's cute. Ah, yeah. You know, it doesn't even bug me now that the they don't match the colors. So I totally forgot about that. See you guys. Have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.